My dear friends, my name is Craig Charlton, and it is a privilege for me to stand with you today as we honor the sacrifice and the memory of the American soldiers who began a combat operation here on the 14th of November, 1944, on the very ground on which we are currently standing.
Mes chers amis, je m'appelle Craig Charlton et c'est un privilège pour moi d'être à vos côtés aujourd'hui pour honorer le sacrifice et la mémoire des soldats américains qui ont entamé une opération de...
A pontoon bridge had been constructed not far from here over the Moselle River, which was then used by the troops of the 90th Infantry Division and the 10th Armored Division. Combat Command A of the 10th Armored crossed that bridge and advanced toward Bouzonville. Combat Command B of the 10th Armored crossed a Bailey Bridge further south at Thionville and attacked toward Curling. Their mission was to block enemy escape routes, to cut off enemy supply lines, and to prevent potential enemy reinforcements from being sent into the battle.
Le combat commandant B.
Difficult for me to imagine what was in the hearts and minds of those soldiers as they entered into the chaos of combat and contemplated the potential death which awaited them. My father most likely crossed the bridge here at Malling that day, though he never talked about what he experienced during the time he spent with the 10th Armored Division during those months of the war. My dad, Reggie Charlton, was born in 1922, and he grew up in Tampa, Florida. He was raised by his mother, his grandmother, and his aunt, and he never knew his father. He graduated from high school in 1940 and enlisted in the Army on the 22nd of June, 1942, at the age of 20. I'm certain that the time he spent here during the war was one of the most difficult experiences of his life. Witnessing the carnage of war and knowing that you are never entirely safe must have been a sobering and sometimes terrifying experience for my father and for many of the soldiers that he served with. I'm convinced that my dad silently carried his wartime experience with him for many decades after the war. We stand here today on this former battlefield 80 years later in order to remember and honor the sacrifices, the pain, and the bravery which occurred here. Because of the actions of these men in a land far away from their homes, liberty was restored to the residents of this area once again. Thank you for continuing to honor our American veterans, our fathers, our grandfathers, and our uncles for what they accomplished here so long ago. Never forget, always remember, forever honor. Merci, mon ami.
N'oubliez jamais, souvenez-vous toujours, honorez-les à jamais. Merci.